And I just want to show you guys what it looks like to be looking for these loads. Okay. Y'all can see the screen. Put a 1 in the chat. Okay, great. Okay, all right. So Babe is gonna show you guys the load boards, because the load boards are the equivalent of TJ Maxx and Marshalls in my world. I don't like them, but he be on them all day. I look at 3:00 in the morning and he's playing around on load boards. Okay.
I love it.
All right, so basically to get you started, we're gonna start you with that. You go in, like she said, if you don't have an MC or DOT number, they're gonna give you like a free trial. Again, you got to get an owner operator that's comfortable with letting you use his MC or DOT number to find him work. And then that's how you get on to the other load boards once you start putting all his paperwork in. So basically, when you searching for your load, you need to know like what type of trailer he's pulling, what type of commodity can go inside of the trailer. You also want to know where he's going to be, where he's going to start. So let's just say, for instance, we're going to start our origin. That's where you are at, where your truck is. So let's just say we're going to start in Baltimore. DHO means your deadhead. How far you willing to go to get this load? 9 times out of 10, nobody's trying to go 150 miles to get a deadhead. So somewhere you want to start, like in, let's say, just 25 mile, a 25-mile radius is where you want to start. Once you figure out how far he's willing to deadhead, then you want your destination. Your owner operator might need to be somewhere or get somewhere. Me, I just put in everywhere because I want to see all the loads, where they going, what they paying to maximize the most money for me and the owner operator. So over here is your truck type. And there's going to be, all these are going to be your trailers, from dry bulk, tankers, vans. 9 times out of 10, everybody usually has a dry van or a reefer trailer. Every once in a while, you may run across somebody with a flatbed or something, but 9 times out of 10, it's going to be a reefer or a van. And the things you want to find out is like, is their van trailer swing doors? Is it, do their door go up and down? Is it a 53 foot? Is it air ride? These are all the questions that you need to know about these trailers.
See what I mean, y'all? I ain't asking all these questions.
You gotta know like how much weight his truck can haul. So most times out of 9 times out of 10, a tractor trailer specifically can haul 80,000. So the weight would be, let's say, 40,000. That's what can go in the trailer. Unless they're driving like a single axle or something like that, then you're under 50,000. So, but your weight is always going to be around that 40,000. And your length, 9 times out of 10, going to be 53 or 48. So you go down here to where your start date is. Oh, your full and partial, that mean if you want the whole trailer loaded, or if you just, let's say you going to from Baltimore to Jersey, but you're going to stop in the middle at Aberdeen and pick up something for, let's say, 1,000 pounds. So that's where it says full and partial. Most of the time, I like to just straight through one shot. I don't want to stop nowhere else and get no other load unless it's paying like a crazy amount and it's in and out. But if I got a layover to get loaded, I don't want to do that. I just want a one straight shot and gone. So once you do that, then you get down to your start date, whatever date he's ready to roll, and then your end date. 9 times out of 10, they want to get that load off the same day. They don't want to be sitting 2 and 3 days. So what you're looking for is trying to get the load to deliver the same day and the most money. Now, 9 times out of 10, you got to know when is the best time to call in for these loads, morning, noon, night. Me, myself, I like to wait till the last minute because if it's at the last minute, meaning anytime after 2:30, they need to get it off the dock, they're going to pay way more money. So I usually generally like to wait till the last minute. But some owner operators, like he might get down to from Baltimore to New York and he wants to get right out of there to beat the traffic. So that all goes with how you working with your owner operator on those specific, like he might want to get right back out. Somebody might not want to say, hey, I want to wait till 4:00. It's going to be traffic. But at the same time, you're going to get a better load, which also increases your percentage.
Everything makes sense to y'all so far? Give me a 2 in the chat. You have to type it in or just hit search. It might just do it. Okay, good.
All right, you got to bear with me. I'm used to using this from my phone. So, okay. Right here, let's say for the first load.
Hold on 1 second. Let me turn this thing on. Okay, now that you guys should be able to follow a little bit better.
All right, so we're at the first load. You see at the top, it says 91Z van. The V is for van trailer, 53 foot, 40,000 pounds. It's a full load. This 97, that is, so like if your owner operator has a factoring company, so the 97 is like the rating of what this company is. So this is an XPO logistics company. Their rating is 97, which that means that they're good at paying on time. And again, the company is SPO Logistics. So now you come down here, the date is 2/24. You see it picks up in Baltimore and it's going to Omaha, Nebraska.
Hold on 1 second. Y'all see this right here where it says XPO Logistics and all that stuff? These are the contact information for the people that put this load up here. So earlier on, he mentioned like you still want to keep their info because you want to be able to reach out to these people because they might have stuff that's not listed on the load board. So the only thing I do on a load board, y'all, is take contact information. I'm not booking nothing. I'm on there getting information so I can call and speak with somebody.
So right here, it'll give you all their information, XPO Logistics. Their credit score is 97. Days to pay is 30. So that's like if you don't have a factoring company. It's your pickup date.
Okay, hold on. Because someone asked about the factoring company earlier. So here's the deal. Where it says days to pay, that means that when you turn in your invoice, whatever their invoice cutoff day is, 30 days from the date you turn that invoice in is when they're going to cut the check. And if they have to mail it to you, whatever, that, it could be another couple of days. So what a factoring company does for you is instead of you having to wait, you sell your invoice to the factoring company and they take a percentage out of the check. So the percentage could be like, let's say 3%. That's the one I see most of the time, right? The percentage might be 3%. So for every time you run a load, automatically 3% of that load is going to go. You're only going to get 97% of whatever that load pays because 3% is going to have to go to factoring, right? But it gets you your money quicker. Sometimes you can get factoring. It's the same day, the next day, 2 days out, right? But if your owner operator does not have factoring and you're going to be booking on the load board, you need to set them up for that. And honey, that's another thing you can charge them for. Just saying.
So also when you looking, you always make sure that credit score is above at least, I like it above 95, but at least 90 and above. that they're guaranteed they're gonna pay. But if you have the factoring company, they're gonna fight to get the money. So 9 times out of 10, you don't have nothing to worry about. But let's just say, for some instance, something happened, or they can't scan your paperwork, or they don't see the signature, but the factoring company still pays out. Then they will back charge the owner operator. So that's why it's important to have all your paperwork organized, all your files complete, and your bill of ladings scanned, clear, and signed. So as we move down, it says your pickup hours. 9 times out of 10, they're gonna have hours from either 7 to 4, 7 to 5. Like Walmart most of the distribution centers, you will see dock hours late in the night. And right here it says full or partial. It's a full load. The truck is a van trailer. Let me see. So once you figure out, the type of trailer, if that's the trailer they got and they want the load, then you would just call up the 1-800 number. Once you call the 1-800 number, the first thing they're going to ask is for your DOT and MC number. Once you give them that, they run in that to make sure your insurance is complied and that they got your carrier packet. Once you get past that, now it's time to start negotiating.
Okay, hold on 1 second, y'all, because I have this thing stuck on the screen and I can't get it off. I might have to stop the share. Oh my God, Becky. It won't go away. I'm not even kidding, y'all. I cannot make this thing go away. There we go. Okay, sorry. As you were.
So, again, here's your weight, your 40,000. The commodity is, you'll usually see that in your bill of lading. Your bill of lading is once you done called them and negotiate the rate, they're gonna email you over what rate that you guys agreed on. So in your bill of lading, you'll see you may be hauling water. They may require you to scrap it. All that is important because, like, let's just say as simple as they say you need to call as soon as you get on the door and you don't call, they could dock you for that. So all you need to make sure you read all the fine print and the bill of lading. And the driver or your owner operator, he doesn't want to call. So 9 times out of 10, they're going to have you call. So it's like once he gets there, he's going to say, hey, I'm here. Or he could call himself, however you have it set up that you're comfortable with. So as a next one, we're going to go down to, I'm going to click on the one from Baltimore, Maryland to Erie, PA. That's another SPO logistics. So the age, it means how long it been on here and they just posted. So the 6M, that means it's 6 minutes that they posted this. The last 30-day payout was 1,040, and you see offer is blank. So 9 times out of 10, you can't really go by that 15-day payout because that 15-day payout is gonna include like what the last fuel rate was at. That's gonna add all that in. So once you see it's no offer, now you got to figure out, okay, how many miles from Baltimore to Erie, PA? How much fuel it's going to take from Baltimore to Erie, PA? So this is where you need to know a lot of stuff about your owner operator. Like sometimes during talking, you're gonna hear him talk about the fuel or how much mileage per gallon he gets. These are things you want to know to keep his costs down so he can make money and you can make money. And so you can better negotiate the rate.
And just a side note, when we was talking about earlier the tools and stuff that you want to get, I mentioned TMS, transportation management software. Some of these softwares that you can sign up for, they have something called PC Miler inside of them, which it does two things for you. One, it's going to tell you the miles, like it will break down the miles that are driven in each jurisdiction so that you can know. It depends on how your TMS is set up. Okay, it will tell you how many miles are driven in each jurisdiction, so you could do like with your IFTA and all that stuff with your IRP, or and the reason why that's important is because that's a report that your owner operator needs. So if you get a TMS and you put in this load in there and you're able to see exactly how many miles it is and all that stuff. So yeah, you can give them the info, you can estimate, is that load going to be lucrative for your owner operator, but you can also provide them with these reports at the end of the quarter and stuff like that if you are dispatching and you are dispatching all of their loads. Just a little side note.
Okay, so the next one I'm gonna go down to the total quality logistics, and that's TQL. Okay, so they just posted it 3 minutes ago. It's a van trailer, and it's 31,000. The credit rating is 95, so that's good. Another thing you want to know about, like some of these companies you pull in for, like TQL, it doesn't matter that your MC or DOT number is just starting. A lot of these companies, they want you to be in business at least 90 days. But if you go through the debt load board, you will find some of these companies that don't matter to them. They just want their load pool. And TQL is one of them. Like XPO, Landstar, they going to all want you to have at least 60 to 90 days before they would even let you pull a load for them.
So that's important, to know for your owner operators, because in the past year, I'm sure you guys recognize that trucking has become more and more popular. So there are a lot of people who are starting trucking companies and they're hiring dispatchers because they don't know the industry. So they're hiring dispatchers. So as a dispatcher, you need to know what companies you are going to be able to get your owner operators in and which companies they're going to have to wait and all of that stuff. I hope you guys are writing down some of these companies. Like if you really want to be doing dispatching, these are all companies that he actually runs loads for, that he actually books. Like right now, I can see that his wheels turning. He probably looking for real loads right now, y'all. He's over here double dipping. He over here looking for real loads while he's supposed to be teaching y'all.
Okay. So I'm going to scroll down to, it's a Cockeysville, Maryland, and Morgantown, Kentucky. They just posted it 33 minutes ago. It's a 53 foot and it's 44,000. So, okay. But like I told you before, you can carry 80,000, but 44,000, 45,000, that's like your max that you can put in the box. Now, you might have an owner operator. He can't carry 44,000. His truck might be heavy. That's another thing that you need to know about your owner operator. You need to know how much his truck weigh to make sure he can carry this load without being overweight. Because, I mean, if he carries a load and get an overweight ticket, you might blow the whole load. So you see where it's Cockeysville, Maryland to Morgantown, Kentucky. They just posted it 33 minutes. So that's $2,300 is what they're offering. Being that it's over where we're at right now, it's 8:30 at night. So 9 times out of 10, they got to get that off of the dock. So where they're offering you the $2,300, now you could really say, hey, I want 3,000. It's up to them because they might really need to get this off the dock, or they might got a detention time that they're getting charged because the load haven't got off the dock. That's why I like to get the loads later in the evening and the loads that been up on the board for at least 30 to 40 minutes, because those are the ones that they really need to get off. And if you really paying attention to the board, you will see it keep renewing. So if you would pay attention, Ryan Transportation, the same load might pop right back up at the top in like the next 10 minutes. That means they really need to get that load off. So when you see it keep concurring like that, you can just call and offer a same amount of money to get that load.
Supply and demand. Okay, so let me ask you a question. This Ryan, let's say you want this load that's up right now, this one on the right-hand side. I think that was to Morgan. Yeah. Walk them through what you're going to do. So you want this load, everything checks out, the rating, all that stuff looks good, and you want this. Tell them what you're going to do.
So I would call them.
Matter of fact, you think you can call them now or no?
Yeah, I can call them.
See if you can call them and let the people hear.
All right. So I'm going to pick something.
And let me tell y'all, he is crazy. So this is real life. So you might hear him hang up on someone. You might hear them call them a couple names. You might even hear the people call back and say, okay, I really need this done. So we don't know what's about to happen, honey. Let us pray.
So click this one. Okay.
This one?
Yeah. All right. So I'm going to do the Baltimore Maryland, the Twins fall. 37 minutes, 44.5. You got to have a 53 foot. So I would look at their credit rating. Boom, their credit rating is good. So now I would just call them.
Welcome to VP Logistics. We will be with you shortly. Since 2007.
That's the other thing.
Hello?
Hello, yes. I was calling about a load that I seen on the load board, Baltimore, Maryland, the Twins fall.
To Idaho, whatever it was?
Yes.
Yeah, give me 1 second to pull it up. Are you looking to pick tonight or tomorrow?
I can pick it up tonight or tomorrow.
Let me see. Where the hell did it go here? It looks like it's 7 to 11 on the pickup.
Uh-huh.
And the delivery they got for Monday at, what is this here? Looks like a 12:30 noon delivery appointment on Monday the 1st.
Okay.
All right, and it's roll stock paper, 44,500 pounds or less.
Okay. What are you offering for it?
Baltimore to Twin Falls, you're paying $42.50 on it.
Okay. You think you could do 4,400 on it?
I gotta ask them. I need to get your MC number.
My MC is 122342.
122342. Little.
I mean, I could pick it up tonight. I could get there and pick it up tonight, have it loaded.
I gotta see if I can get you set up. Can you hang on a second?
Okay.
Okay, y'all. We put them on mute. We made a little snafu. We should have called one that we was already set up on. But this could take a few minutes. But this is the process you gotta go through. Sometimes you could be on the hold for like 15, 20 minutes just trying to get to actually speak to somebody, you know?
Right.
So.
And I mean, sometimes if it's a load I really, really want, I'll hang up and I'll call back. I don't even care just to get somebody else. Because we talking, hey, he's going to give up the 42 right off the break. I mean, yeah, I'm being greedy because that's a good number, but I want to get as most as I can get. Because the more money you get for your owner operator, the more money you're going to make.
Yep. And the more they going to refer you to their friends.
And see, the thing is, like, it's a load that picks up tonight or tomorrow, but it sits on my truck all weekend. So now he got time to wiggle because he might get Johnny call tomorrow, and Johnny might say, "Hey, I'll do it for 3,000." Even though they might have already gave you that rate con with it on there, they will call you and say, "Hey, the load canceled." And there's really nothing you can do about that. I mean, you could be 30 minutes away, and you will get a what is that called? TUNU for showing up, and that's like $150.
TUNU is truck ordered, not used. They pay you bullshit. You supposed to get $4,300. They might give you $150 because they ordered your truck and then they didn't use you. And you could be halfway there. You could be there and they didn't use your truck. The percent. So like for this one, the example would be 4% for this particular client that he's dispatching for right here.
Yeah, so you would add in your factor and charge. If it was me and I was getting this load, let's say for an owner operator, okay, I add in the factor and charge of the little 3%. And
but
then,
you don't pay that as a dispatcher.
Right. You don't have to pay the 3.
The owner operator pays that, but you still have to factor it in because you need to know what the.
Hey, bud.
Yes.
Hey,
yes.
I need to get manager approval to get you set up.
Okay.
What's a good callback number for you?
443.
4?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me see what I can do. I'll try to give you a call back here as soon as I get the answer, okay? And your name was?
Jamie.
James. All right, James. Yeah, give me a little bit to work on this. It's just after hours, so it's harder to get answers.
Okay, let me know. Definitely interested.
All right.
All right.
Good, man.
Appreciate it.
No problem. Bye.
So the question is, you don't charge a standard percent for all drivers. So here's the thing. Remember when I said don't do everything you see us do? We do stuff like this because we do this all the time. For you, for ease of use, you are going to want to do a flat percentage rate.
Right.
But we're used to this. Like right now, me and him could quote 4 different rates to 4 different people right now for the same load. They all could run it, turn the tickets in, and we're going to be able to do it. And we're going to be able to have everything billed correctly. But we've been doing this for over a decade together and even longer apart, right?
Right.
But for someone who's just getting started, keep it simple. Do a percentage. When I'm running tonnage and stuff like that, I charge that because I know that I can finagle the system. Charging 4%, that ain't gonna do shit for me. That is not worth it for me. And then when you tell someone you're gonna charge them 10% to dispatch, they're not really trying to hear that. So in the beginning, you might need to get a little creative. You might need to come down on your percentage. But once you start getting better at it, or if you're going to use like the TMS software and stuff where you can put it in what you're offering and keep track of it, honey, you do whatever you want. Right. And if you really want to do whatever you want, you run dispatching for a little while and then you pay to become a broker. And then the money will come to you and you can collect money 5 different ways. Okay. But as far as dispatching right now, you guys should be absolutely setting up a standard percentage across the board to keep it simple for you. Then once you get the hang of it, then you can get a little fancy on them. So,
and let's just say, for instance, okay, the load is offering 42.5. Right. So now you figure out your mileage, your fuel. You actually figure out okay, is my owner operator going to make money? Now let's just come back and say he said, okay, yeah, I'm going to give you 4,500 to go up there, but it was offering 42. So now you could say, okay, it's where I'm at right now. It's almost 9:00. So I'm going to charge an extra 2% because I'm up after hours, which my hours is going to be from, let's say, 7 till 8. 7 to 7 is when I'm booking loads. But if I got to book you a load after them hours, I put an extra percent on it. And let's say he did come back and say, okay, we're going to give you the 4,500. Now, I got this relationship with my owner operator because he's going to see the BOL. If he asks to see it, you got to let him see it. So if it come back and he say 45, I'm going to tell him, hey, look, our regular percentage was 5%, but you called me after 7. So now it's up to 60%. And I did some negotiation to get you more than the 42.5. So I want another $100 on top of that because I negotiated and got us more money. That's the ways you make your broker. The way you can also make money.
So the question is, what's the difference in brokering? All right. So there's 3 options when it comes to making money off of loads that don't require you to have your own truck. Those 3 options are as follows. You can be a broker, you can be an agent, or you can be a dispatcher. I put those in a specific order. As a broker, you are going to be required to have your own operating authority. You're going to be required to have bonding, okay? And you're going to have to make sure you have whatever the minimum insurance is, right? You have risk because you have to have a $75,000 bond and all that stuff. So as a broker, the paycheck comes to you. This is the huge difference, okay? This is the huge difference. As a broker, you have the operating authority and the check comes to you directly. So what does that mean? It means you have the ability to quote whatever price you want. So the way that he just got them, let's say they come back and say they'll do this load for 4,400 to Twin Falls, Idaho. If they say yes, he can then, as a broker, he can go, yes, it will be available for replay. As a broker, he can go and he can offer this load to Kishana for $3,000, which means the broker will pocket $1,400, right? But as a dispatcher or an agent, you can't do that. As a dispatcher or an agent, there's no owner operator out here that's going to see you book the load for 4,200 and they going to accept $3,000 because the check has to come to the owner operator. So that's the huge difference between the 3 of them. As a broker, you going to collect the check. And the reason why is because you're taking on the risk. You're putting up your operating authority at risk for them to run these loads under what you're doing. Okay, got that? Yeah, that's the general gist of the brokering. All right, so then the next one down is, hey, when you do that, it's making noise while I'm talking. All right, so the next thing down is going to be the agent. An agent is going to be the same thing as a dispatcher, but most agent relationships, you have to pay to enter into that relationship. So like a company, like you might say, okay, I want to be an agent for Black Small Biz Trucking. That means that Kishana is able to book loads. She's able to get onto load boards using my MC and DOT number, right? Using my operating authority, she's able to go and book loads. So everybody in this chat could be running loads for Kishana, but Kishana does not have an operating authority. She's acting as an agent under Black Small Biz Trucking, and Black Small Biz Trucking collects the check from whoever the shipper is. And then we pay out to each one of you guys as owner operators individually. Do you see the difference? As a broker, you get paid and then you got to pay people out. But as an agent, the company that you are an agent for is going to pay the checks out to the owner operators that you're running, and you're going to get a small cut. As a dispatcher, you're not even paying to access these people's operating authority. You are literally working for owner operators. Okay. So as a broker, you have an authority, you're taking risk, you get the check, you can make the most money. As an agent, you don't have control over anything, but you are paying, or you have been granted the opportunity to use someone's operating authority, and you can book loads all over the place for people from wherever, right? Because you're acting as an agent of that company. And then as a dispatcher, you are literally just booking loads for an owner operator. That is the difference. So I hope that explains it. I hope y'all understand that, hopefully. Let's see. Let me make sure. And so the goal, you guys, like, honestly, you don't want to stay a dispatcher, or you don't want to stay a dispatcher forever, because your goal should be to get the coins up, and then you can go and pay the bonding and all of that stuff, because you want to capitalize off of them checks coming into your account. Now, honey, we can't go into that today, okay? But that's a whole nother topic.